Hello, you're watching teleSUR English, and we interrupt our programming to keep updated on Brazil's presidential runoff. And former President Lula da Silva wins Brazil's presidential election with over 50% of the votes. With most of the votes counted, incumbent Bolsonaro reached just over 49% of the votes. Polls closed at 5 p.m. local time as scheduled. Voting day passed inside the polling stations without any problems, but there were strong accusations against the highway police. They are accused of stopping public transportation to impede the movement of voters and thus favor Jair Bolsonaro. 156 million Brazilians were called to the votes this Sunday to elect the next president of the country for the first time in the southern giant, more than 400 cities, or for free public transportation. More than 1 million voters benefited from the measure. Let's go very quickly over again with the figures. 99.47% of the votes have been counted, and Lula wins the election with 50.87% of the votes so far. Bolsonaro 49.13% of the votes. Let's see some reactions on Twitter. On Lula's official Twitter account, he posted a picture of the flag with a hand on it, saying democracy, after the results of his win in the presidential election were known. President of Bolivia, Luis Arce Catacora, also took to Twitter to congratulate the now new president of Brazil, Lula da Silva. On Twitter, he wrote, "Congratulations, brother Lula da Silva, president-elect of Brazil. The victory strengthened democracy and the integration of Latin America. We are certain that you will lead the Brazilian people down a path of peace, progress, and social justice." That's what President of Bolivia, Luis Arce, wrote, congratulating Lula da Silva for his win in Brazil's presidential election. We continue with reactions in Twitter. The president of Cuba, Miguel Díaz-Canel Bermúdez, also congratulated the now president-elect Lula. He wrote, "Dear brother Lula, I congratulate you in the name of the people and government of Cuba, who celebrate your great victory in favor of unity, peace, and Latin American Caribbean integration. You can always count with Cuba." In Brazil, this is something that tweeted Rafael Correa. He tweeted, "In Brazil, it was proven that the Odebrecht case was used for political persecution. With the government of Lula, we can prove that in Ecuador it was yet worse. Imprisonment of vice president and not even an accusation at Odebrecht. The countback continues." This is what Rafael Correa wrote on Twitter. We continue with reactions in Twitter. Argentinian Vice President Cristina Kirchner wrote, "Today more than ever, love and much happiness. Thanks for the people of Brazil. Thanks for Lula to return in joy and hope towards South America." And President of Colombia, Gustavo Petro, also took to Twitter. He wrote a very short tweet, but very meaningful. He just wrote, "Long live Lula," after Lula won this Sunday's presidential election. And from Mexico, President of Mexico, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, also congratulated the newly elected president of Brazil, writing, "Lula won. Blessed be the people of Brazil. There will be equality and humanism." That's what President Manuel López Obrador wrote, congratulating the newly president-elect of Brazil. Sasha Llorenti also took to Twitter. Many authorities, government authorities and heads of state and of organizations have taken Twitter to congratulate the newly president-elect of Brazil. Sacharenti wrote on his Twitter account, "We greet and welcome the democratic participation of the Brazilian people in today's electoral day. We congratulate Lula da Silva for his electoral victory. Latin America and the Caribbean sees with hope the participation of Brazil in the process of integration of our Latin America." The president of Venezuela, of course, also took to Twitter to congratulate the president-elect of Brazil, Lula da Silva. Nicolas Maduro wrote on his official Twitter account, "We celebrate the victory of the Brazilian people, who since October 30th chose Lula da Silva as new president. Long live the people decided to be free, sovereign and independent. Today in Brazil, democracy triumphed. Congratulations, Lula. A big hug." I will say again, President-elect Lula da Silva has just won the elections in Brazil with over 50% of the votes, and almost all votes have been counted by now. Stay tuned with teleSUR English for more updates in upcoming news briefs.